Good morning, Don Pelayo checking in again today. Today is May 11th, Mother's Day. I'm getting ready to go see my mom here in a little bit. I'm already driven over here to Walkertown where my parents live, and just waiting to go visit. It's almost 7 o'clock in the morning, so I get up early. Although here lately, I have to tell you guys, I've been waking up like around 4:30, but I have a hard time getting myself up out of the bed here lately. It's like my energy levels are just really depressed right now. I think I don't know if it's I'm getting older, or if it's repercussions, or if it's just a lingering from the surgery I had in October. I'm not really sure what it is, but my energy levels are just very low right now. I'm trying to clean up my diet a little bit, trying to get, because I've probably been eating things I shouldn't be eating here the last couple weeks anyway. I'm really supposed to be kind of focused on protein. I need to cut out some of the simple carbs and things. I'm going to try to play around with my diet a little bit, see if I can get my energy going. It's like I just have a very difficult time getting up out of bed in the morning. I just want to lay there all day. I mean, if I could, I would. I don't know. I'm getting ready to go on 49. I mean, I feel like this is how I should feel when I'm like 70, I'm really tired. So I gotta figure that out. I'm not sure what's going on with my body right now, but I don't know if it's just I'm getting older, or if I'm just, not getting enough nutrition from my diet. I am taking my vitamins the way I'm supposed to. After you have bariatric surgery, you are on vitamins the rest of your life, and I'm taking my vitamins the way I'm supposed to. And it's just my blood work. I went into I had my 6-month checkup after my surgery, and they did a whole panel of blood work, and my blood work looks great. Everything was pretty right on spot where it should be. So I don't know. We're just going to play it by ear, see how it goes, and I don't know. I am going to be going down to Florida here in a few weeks. I DoorDash in the evenings, putting money away, and I'm like, oh boy, my money's going to be tight for a little while. Once I get past the Florida trip, I think things will be great. But I'm actually looking, because I should get a raise this summer. I should get a bonus in July. I've got some things coming, but it's just getting there. It's got it's hard being a single person in the United States these days. Right now I live by myself. I have my own house. I bought my house almost 4 years ago. I was fortunate enough to get in with the lower interest rate, so I have a 3.25% rate on my house, and I only owe about $140K left on the house. So I'm hoping to have that paid off before I retire. But I'm paying all the bills on my own, and you guys know how that goes. I was looking at my budget last night, and it's like, I make good money, It's like I make pretty good money. I feel like if I got to, with my mortgage is only like 20% of my income, roughly. So that's not that bad. My mortgage payment's only about 20% of my income. But then I've got, I pay child support, which is about another 15% of my budget, roughly, something like that. I have, I've got a car payment. The car payment's almost $500 a month, which... Getting a car at $25,000, that's about as good as you can do these days. There's not too many cheap cars out here anymore. It's like a $500 a month car payment, is, I think, less than average. I think the average car payment in the United States now is like $700, something like that. It's like, I don't know how people are doing it. But the fact that I have the child support, and the fact that I have I'm paying $800 a month on my credit cards. I've got one left that I'm trying to pay off, and I think I should have it paid off in August, I think. And that's going to free up that $800. Some of that's probably going to be going toward paying off other things like my student loan. I've got a student loan I got to start making payments on, but I should still have some free cash flow. I'm going to start building my emergency savings the way I need to have. You know, they tell you to have 3 to 6 months worth of savings, and I think when you're a single person, you know, I think I would aim for a year's worth of expenses and savings, and so I've got some work to do to get to that point. But I hate touching my emergency savings because I am trying to build it up, you know. But it's just, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right? I try to leave it alone. I try to pretend like it's not there, you know. I don't have, you know, I'd love to have a year's worth of emergency savings, but I'm not there yet. Right now, a year's worth of it, because my expenses are right. I mean, if you total up all of my expenses, I think my expenses are around $5,000 a month. So you total that, you know, you do a year. I mean, that's a $60,000 emergency fund. I'm still a good ways from that. So I have work to do. But if I can put $400 or $500 a month towards it, you know, that'll help me make some progress. But anyway, so I know a lot of people out here are struggling right now. I'm hearing a lot of video clips, you know, a lot of people on YouTube that, you know, it's just, we just all want to live, you know. We want to have our families and be able to enjoy life a little bit. But right now, it just feels like you have to work 18 hours a day just to make it, you know. And especially as a single person, at least if you have a 2-income household, you can kind of split expenses a little bit. But being a single person, it's like, I mean, right now I am probably working, I mean, because I get to mine, I don't have to, I'm at work, my primary job, I usually get there about 6:30 and I leave at 5. So what is that, 10 and a half hours? And then you add on another 3 to 4 hours in the evening of door dashing. So I'm putting in almost 15-hour days just about during the week. And then the rest of the time I'm sleeping. I need to go to the gym. I haven't been to the gym in months, literally months. I don't even remember the last time I was at the gym. I do have some free weights at my house, and I have lifted some weights at my house with dumbbells and things like that. But like a full body workout, like bench pressing and all of that, it's literally been, and maybe that's why my energy levels are so low. I'm not sure, but I don't feel like I have the time. It's like between work and sleeping, it's like there's just not a lot of extra time. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Anyway, I want my daughters to have a good time on this trip, so I'm gonna try to do what I can to make that happen. I'm a little worried about that right now, but we'll figure it out. I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. How is everyone else feeling about the United States right now? It's like, you know, I hear people talking about, you know, how they want to move somewhere else. I have a friend that's planning on moving to, she was originally born in Russia. She's planning on moving to Russia. I'm not sure if this is the best time in the world to be moving to Russia, but I asked her if she had thought about moving to some other European country, because she does speak multiple languages. I feel like maybe she could move to but her family has homes over there in Russia. So she's got a place to go, and she just feels like her life would be better in Russia than it would be here, because of just the way our lives are run by work here. So I don't know. I understand where people are coming from. I did experience living in Europe, and there's trade-offs. Like just with anything else, it's like you can make a lot more here in the United States than you can in Europe in terms of income. There aren't too many Europeans that are making $150,000 a year. You're not going to find too many Europeans making that kind of money. Sure, there are some in London, in the really big cities, that are making money like that, but it's pretty far and few between. Whereas here in the United States, there's quite a few people that are in that income bracket making six figures. But again, the cost of living over there is so much lower than it is here. It's just like, I don't understand why things cost so much less in Europe than they do here. It's like food. If you ever go to Europe, last time I was in Europe in 2021, and I was blown away, especially like produce and things like that. It was so much cheaper there than it is here. And they don't allow a lot of the pesticides and stuff that we use here in the United States. They don't even allow that in Europe. So I don't understand why everything's so expensive here. I feel like we should have cheaper produce and things like that here, but no. Food is a lot cheaper over there. At least it was 3 or 4 years ago. About 4 years ago now. Last time I was in Europe. People just want to be able to enjoy their lives, and it's like we just feel like our whole life is just dominated by work. And it's like, we have other things we want to do. We have interests. We have things we want to do. And it's like, we can't do any of it because we're at work. It's like, it's just kind of an empty life. It's like, what's the point in living if you are not able to enjoy living? And I think that's where most Americans are right now. Nobody's enjoying being alive because we're at work. So that's a problem. That's a problem. But then, I think 100 years ago, 150 years ago, the kind of work that people were having to do, it's like before of course you have the Industrial Revolution where people moved into the cities, and they were doing back-breaking type work. But even before that, people were working on farms, on family farms, and that's hard labor, and you're up from dusk to dawn, doing hard labor. So people have always had to work. There was a period, I think, there of about 20 years, at the end of World War II to about the end of the 1960s, where things were pretty good here in the United States. People didn't seem to have to work so hard. They had good paying jobs. They were able to support a family up on one income. But that was only about 20 years, where it was like that, right at the end of World War II. That hasn't been the historical norm. We went from having family farms to the Industrial Revolution, where men were putting in pretty hard work, 16-hour days. And Henry Ford came along and began to change some of that, back in the 1920s. But things really didn't change until the end of World War II. And that lasted until about 1970. In the 70s, you began to see some of the factories being shuttered and jobs going elsewhere. So I don't know. Hopefully life will get a little bit easier. I'm not counting on it. I'm not counting on it at all. I think we all need to be looking for ways to build our skills, to build, skills that are valuable in today's marketplace. I think I'm going to start working on my tech skills a little bit, because I know I make these YouTube videos, but I have no idea how to do everything that people do with their YouTube videos, with all the sound effects and everything. I have no idea how they're even doing all that. I'm Gen X, be 49 here in a few months. I have no idea how people do all of that. So, but there are people that do know how, and there's books out there, I'm sure, and YouTube videos about how to do all of that. So I might start looking into it and trying to build my skills a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to be going and seeing my mom here in a little bit. Still a little early, but I did get her a Mother's Day gift. My brother, I think my mom already got flowers. My brother lives out in Arkansas, so he sent my mom flowers. So I know she already got flowers, so I thought I'd get her something a little bit different. And every woman loves smelly stuff, right? So I got her some Bath and Body Works stuff. Anyway, I am going to go, and you guys have a great end of your weekend, and I will be again trying to put these videos out as regular as I can, but between working, my primary job, door dashing, and sleep, well, this is where we're at. I'm doing as best as I can right now. So hang in there. Please subscribe. Enter comments. I do. If I see there's been comments, I will respond. So I'm not getting a ton of comments right now, so it's pretty easy to do. If someone leaves a kind word, or has some suggestions for me, or has a topic they'd like to hear me talk about, I'm happy to. As I've mentioned before, my strong suit, of course, I work in finance. I've got degrees in finance and accounting. I have worked in financial services most of my career. Right now I help work with high net worth clients, multimillionaires, basically, helping them with their money. But I've also worked with average people, average income people as well. So do all of the above, right? So anyway, you guys hang in there. We're gonna push through this. I'm optimistic. I think we're just gonna have to grind for a few years, but hang in there, and we'll see how things go. We'll look forward to hearing from you.